Welcome back. Today in our Sunday Spotlight, seals and sharks in Cape Cod. A new HBO documentary film, After the Bite, now available on Max, explores the connection. Take a look at this clip.
Oh, did you see that?
No. What? What are we looking at?
What did you see?
A fin come out of the water, little triangle fin.
Not a mola?
Like a shark dorsal fin. Barely broke the surface.
How far out?
Right there, it's that thing right there.
I see the blob.
It's the blob.
What do you want to just call it to be safe?
It's
right in there. Oh, it's close.
Look at that, it's got definition.
Where's the flag?
Blowing it.
All right.
Oh, it kind of gives you goosebumps just watching it. Ivy Meeropol is the producer and director of the film. She joins us via Zoom. Ivy, thanks for being with us. Here in the studio is UConn Associate Professor Milton Levin, who gets some credit in the documentary. Welcome to you both. Milton, I'll turn to you in one moment, but Ivy, I want to start with you. That scene alone talks about what so many people have experienced and been nervous about at the beach. Why'd you make this film?
Well, the Outer Cape is a second home to me. So I spent a lot of time on the Cape, and I started to notice, like, a lot of people who spend time there, that, there were more and more sharks arriving in the waters, and things were kind of getting a little scary. And but then in 2018, a young man was killed, and it really was a terrible tragedy, and had this effect on the community. Just like it really shook everybody up and changed how so many people out there feel about their relationship with the ocean. And so I really felt like it was important. I personally wanted to understand, why are the sharks coming, and why are they coming so close to shore, which we learn has a lot to do with the seal population. But I also really wanted to understand how, and look at how our community out there is responding to rapid changes happening in our environment that we are all experiencing. So it's a portrait of a community going through major changes, and then kind of looking at how we can get beyond the immediate fear of sharks, and look at our relationship with the environment, and how we can coexist with these apex predators, and also adjust to these changes that we're all experiencing all over the world.
And, of course, that 2018 attack, a boogie boarder who was attacked and killed, so many may recall that. There has been numerous shark sightings on the Cape since then. And here we are in the middle of the summer season, the busiest time on the Cape, of course. So just in a minute or so, what were your findings? What led to this resurgence of shark sightings?
Well, I mean, the sharks have really always been there. They've just not been coming so close to shore, and maybe they weren't there in quite the abundance that they are now. And this is all new research. This is another thing that I discovered, is that we don't know a lot about great white sharks. They are incredibly mysterious species. So even though they get a lot of attention, and there's a lot of research being done, we don't know a lot about them. But why they are coming closer to shore, they're on the Cape, and which is causing more interactions with people and more concern, is because the seal population has rebounded since they began being protected in 1972 with the Marine Mammal Protection Act. And they are a favorite prey of the sharks, especially like bigger sharks, older sharks. They're extremely adept at killing and eating, an 800-pound seal. So the seals are there, and they're coming close to shore, and sharks are incredibly adaptable. I mean, they've been, gray white sharks have been there for 100 million years more, and they have learned how to adapt how they hunt. They are ambush predators, but they are now coming closer to shore because they are chasing the seals. So that is just, in a nutshell, something that we can really, we see is happening, and the science shows that's what's happening.
All right, well, let's use that as the cue to turn to Milton now. Maybe the favorite thing a guest has ever said to me. You walked up and said, "I don't know anything about sharks," which is amazing, but you know a lot about seals.
I do.
So tell us how you play into this documentary. You do research on seals, and you were asked to contribute. What's your role?
Yeah, so Ivy approached our research team to see if we could collect some video footage of our field research since she wasn't able to get her film team out there. So we said yes, we would do that. And for that field season, we put a little extra effort into filming the research that we do on the beach with the seal pups.
And I know a lot of it appears in the documentary if people check it out. She's saying that what she found is the resurgence of seals is one of the things drawing the sharks closer. In your research, and I know you're out there researching lots of different things, but would you agree generally that this resurgence is real?
Oh, yes. The increase in the number of seals has grown significantly over the last decade.
And that is, obviously something that would be attracting the sharks. So you came in and said to me, I'm the seal guy, not the shark guy, but you've watched the documentary.
I have.
What do you think if people at home are thinking about maybe flipping over to Max and checking it out? A good watch?
Oh, definitely. I think it gives voice to a lot of different people on the Cape, from just people who surf, to the lifeguards, to the politicians, to the researchers. I think she did a great job of balancing all those voices. Whether you agree with them or not, that's up to you, but I think it's a great watch.
Well, and the fact, you have a university researcher, you have fishermen, you have all these different people in it. Ivy, I want to turn back to you, if I can. The thing that I love all the Boston accents in there. First of all, they're fantastic. But who do you hope watches this? When you gather all those different viewpoints, who should be flipping this on tonight?
Well, I hope that everybody will want to watch this, of course, but I really hope that the film especially speaks to people who think they have their minds made up already about a few things like are great white sharks hunting us? They're not. Are they our enemy? Are the seals our enemy? I want, and I also, to be perfectly frank, people who are not appreciating, accepting, understanding that climate change is real. It is happening here, and we're seeing it and manifest itself in so many ways. The film is a bigger picture story about not just the sharks and the seals, but what's happening in our environment. And and for me, having the fishermen really speak to that directly, that they are kind of on the front lines.
I have to interrupt you because we're almost out of time, and I want to plug your documentary.
I'm sorry.
I want to have time to plug it. Ivy Meeropol, Martin Levin, thank you for being with us. If you want to check it out, the documentary is on HBO. It's called on Max, After the Bite, an HBO original. Check it out. That is CT23 for this week. CBS Sunday Morning is up next. Have a great rest of your weekend. Watch out for sharks. We'll be back here in Studio B next Sunday morning.